Hey, it's TV Tech HD, and today I'm going to be going over the Sony XBR55X900C. I left a link in the description below to get a great deal on this particular model, and you'd also read user reviews and see what other people are saying about it, so be sure to check that out. So I'm going to jump right into it. The screen size is 55 inches, and it's LED edge-lit, so that means that the LEDs are positioned around the perimeter of the screen. The light spreads behind the LCD panel. So considering the 55-inch screen size and the fact that this is a 4K Ultra HD TV, the ideal viewing distance is about 5.2 feet. So this is the sweet spot where you're going to get the most immersive experience and see the most detail out of that 4K resolution. So that's not to say that it won't look amazing beyond 5.2 feet, but like I said, that's just the ideal spot that you're going to want to shoot for. The viewing angle is also awesome on this TV. It's 178 degrees, so no worries if you're sitting way off to the side. You'll still retain that awesome picture quality. So one of the main contributors to the awesome picture quality with this TV is that tri-luminous technology that Sony uses. And what this feature does, it just creates much more realistic colors due to the wider color gamut. So the reds are more vivid and light flag, and all those hard to reproduce greens and blues will just look much more natural. This model also has Motionflow XR960. This is your smooth motion feature, which will pretty much get rid of all of the motion blur if you have it enabled. And what this feature does, it will insert 3 artificial frames for each frame. So if you're watching sports, it's definitely a good idea to leave this feature on. Otherwise, you might want to leave it off. It just really depends on your personal preference and the type of content you're viewing. So the biggest contributor to the awesome picture quality is that 4K resolution. It's 4 times greater than 1080p with 8,294,400 pixels. So picture quality is not going to be an issue for you. There's just an incredible amount of pixels, so you get extremely sharp and clear picture quality. And you get your face right up to the screen, and it will still look extremely sharp and clear. There's also 4K upscaling, so all of your non-4K content will be automatically upscaled to 4K resolution. So obviously this isn't going to be as good as watching native 4K content, but it's definitely a big improvement. This model uses the Android TV Smart TV user interface, so this is one of the best ones out there just because there's tons of different internet content and just many different things you can do on it. Obviously you have YouTube, games, Netflix, and Hulu, things like that. You can also browse the web easily with that touchpad remote. Another cool feature that Android TV has is you can cast content from your mobile device right up to the screen. There's also a voice search capability, so you can search for any movies by category or by title, and you also check things like the weather and just tons of other different queries. So my favorite thing about this model is the design. The bezel is practically non-existent, and it has a very thin profile at just 1.54 inches, so it's definitely extremely sleek looking, and it's only 38 pounds without the stand and 39.9 pounds with the stand. So quickly for the inputs, there's 4 HDMI ports, a subwoofer port, 2 analog audio inputs, 1 component input, 2 composite, 1 headphone output, 1 RF in, and 1 digital audio output. And there's also an Ethernet port as well. So to conclude, I really like what I'm seeing with this Sony. It's definitely one of the more sleeker looking TVs out there with that ultra thin bezel. It's practically non-existent and it has a thin profile as well. And picture quality is not going to be an issue with that 4K resolution and that tri-luminous display. Be sure to check out the link in the description to get a great deal on this model, and you can read all of the user reviews and see what other people are saying about it. I hope you found this quick overview helpful.